Alright, so we'll try this again. So what's going on, man? Anything new?
Oh yeah, great success. Too bad I don't have it here. I'll have it on Sunday. So yeah, so I went um, Tuesday morning. Went to the government office to get the purchase permit. Went in there. I got out 20 minutes later. Had the purchase permit. I got out. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go straight home from here. I got out, got down to the street level of the building. I was like, you know what? You know what I should do instead of going home? I should go fucking buy a gun.
I was just gonna say that. You should go buy a gun. I couldn't get to the mute button fast enough.
Yeah. So there's a gun store like 6.5 minutes walk from where that office is. It's the only gun store in town, but it's right there. So I was like, yeah, I'm going there. Went in there, and then a bunch of like funny shit started happening. I walked in, I'm like, and I mean, look at me, right? So, and I'm smiling like an idiot because I just got my gun permit, right? So I look like
I'm sure they're used to that a lot. If they're the only gun store right next to the place where you get your permit, then they are used to people coming skipping in on a cloud of unicorn farts.
yeah, especially with our gun laws. So anyway, I walked in there. They're like, yeah, what can we do for you? They were actually extremely polite and nice, which was kind of a surprise because I've been to that place several times before. When I used to work with a gun, we used to do our training there. So I knew the place, and they were kind of dicks before. But I guess that's because we weren't paying for our training. The company was. So they were like, we don't have to be nice to them. The company will send them anyway. Anyhow, so I come up to the counter. They're like, what can we do for you? I'm like, yeah, I just got my permit like 5 minutes ago. I want to buy a gun. So they're like, yeah, what kind of gun would you like? We have this and this. They start like throwing, all the new, nicest, highest end things at me. I'm like, yeah, I want a double action, single action pistol, and I want it in 9mm. I want it with a metal frame. So what do you have that fits that? So that dude looks at me like, is this your first gun? I'm like, yeah. So he looks at me like, how do you know all that shit? I'm like, I read a lot. Show me the guns.
You should have said I hang out on gunchannels.com.
Nah, I told him that I used to.
You don't have a monopoly on being the only person from Israel on this website. You should have got him hooked up.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna find more people that are insane enough to sit here at fucking 1 a.m. I tell people about gun channels all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, being a gun store, like, you might jump on for the hell of it. That'd be cool.
No, I tried to like tell it to people that I would like to see here, rather than just random people. Anyway, so he said, and then I said, do you have a CZ75 D compact, which is the name in Europe for the PO1? He says, yeah, sure, we have a couple of them. So he shows me those two, and I'm like, and what else do you have that's similar? So he showed me a Jericho, short barrel metal frame Jericho, and a SIG. And I handled all of them, and I was like, yeah, I still think the CZ takes all of them, like, easily. It's by far a better, nicer feeling gun in the hand. I don't know. I mean, they're all very similar.
So it has a rail on it?
Oh, yeah.
So it's not the PCR, right? It's just the PO1.
Yeah, the PO1.
Sweet.
So, we talked about the price. He gave me a lower price for the one that had, both of them were used, right? So they both have, like, holster wear. But one of them had a lot of holster wear. and it was like $50 less for the one with a bunch of holster wear. So I was like, I'll take the one with the bunch of holster wear because I don't care. It's gonna get holster wear from me. It might as well have holster wear now. I don't care. It was like, you know what? Let's split the difference and take the nicer one. I want you to have a nice gun for your first gun. I was like, okay. So the price was like $640 US, but that includes a holster, the mandatory training that I have to get, so they provided, and 100 rounds of 9mm. So I guess the gun itself is like, I don't know, around 500 US, something like that, which isn't that horrible.
Yeah, that's about how much they sell for here.
Yeah, but it's in nice shape. So he was like, we were talking, you know, I was telling him that I used to work in armed security and whatnot, and then he said, you know what, look, they already started the safety training. The safety training is like half an hour, right? They're like, you know, they explain all the shit and show you some movie. He was like, but you already had a license when you worked in armed security, so you know all that stuff, right? I was like, yeah, more or less. He said, all right, so just join them for the last 10 minutes of that, and you can go in and shoot when they finish. So up to here, that it was all good. It wasn't particularly amusing, but at that point, one of the guys that was in the safety training was a guy that also came to get his first gun. This was like a big ass muscular guy, you know, with like tattoos and shit. It was like my height, but 40% more body weight, and all of it was like muscles. And he comes out of the safety training, and he's like, he tells that dude, you know, so what kind of gun should I buy? I want your best, most powerful gun. And I'm like looking at him, and I know they're gonna stick it to him, right? Because the guy like came in like, give me your best gun, right? So the dude is like, well, you know, I carry a Glock 30. It's kind of expensive, but I mean, it's a very nice gun. You should buy that for your first gun. And I'm standing there waiting to hear how much he's gonna take for that fucking Glock 30. And that dude's getting all excited, you know, he's already taking like he had like rolled cash, like thousands and thousands of dollars in well, not dollars, but shekels, but it was also thousands of dollars in rolled cash in his pocket. I'm like, oh, they're gonna stick it to you so bad, you fucking idiot. You shouldn't have said anything. You should have asked. They sold him the Glock 30 for fucking... Let me tell you exactly. It was so funny. The dude was so excited. He never held a gun in his life, right? He never held a pistol in his life, right? That was the first pistol that he ever held. And they sold it to him for 6,000 Israeli shekels, which is 1,550 US dollars.
Damn.
And I was like, I mean, Glocks are expensive here, right? But they're not that expensive. Like that gun they charge him like $300 easily more than they should have. Probably around $4. And I'm not saying anything, right? Because I still want those guys on the good side for me, because I'm still gonna buy shit from them later, right? I don't want to like screw the deal for them, right?
Yeah. If you narc them out, you're gonna be paying $1,500 for your next gun too.
Yeah, and plus I still want to buy some more magazines from them and shit, and like holo points when I pick up the gun. So he takes the gun and he goes shooting with the, you know, it's like mandatory training, so you have to have an instructor standing next to you and telling you exactly what to do, right? So he goes in shooting with this instructor, and the instructor is like the mirror image opposite of this guy. Like this guy is a young, buff dude with like a gold chain and shit. Like he could easily be a criminal. Obviously he's not, because he's buying a gun legally, but he could be. And the instructor is like this old, scrawny guy with like a huge Jew fro, you know, with like skinny hands. But he's obviously like, you know, he knows his shit, right? So after like 10 minutes that they're in there, they send me in there and they say, you can shoot at the same time. Two guys with one instructor, it's fine. I walk in there, that dude is shooting the Glock 30. It's a compact 45. It's his first gun ever. He's never fired a pistol before. He's fired a rifle. And he's shooting like so bad. I'm standing behind him. I'm trying not to start laughing at the dude because, I
I
know
can
it's...
tell you right now from personal experience that gun in particular takes a little getting used to.
I know, but that's the reason that I was laughing at him. I wasn't laughing at him for shooting poorly. That's the first time that he's shooting a gun of that, like a pistol, that makes sense. None of us, okay, some people, I guess, are talented naturally, but everyone needs, to get...
I was perfect the first time I ever shot a gun.
Yeah, right. Okay. But I was laughing at him because he put himself in that situation, when he came in with his chest out and said, give me your most powerful, best gun, I don't care how much it costs. He actually said that. You never say that to anyone. I don't care how much it costs. Of course you care how much it costs, you fucking idiot.
Maybe he's really, really rich.
He's not poor because he just spent fucking 6,000. That's like paying the average Israeli monthly paycheck on a gun. But he was shooting it so badly, and the instructor was like trying to get him to just move the point of aim, and he couldn't get him to do it. And they stopped shooting for a second, and the instructor was like moving the target or something because he was afraid that I'll shoot the wall. It was a really tight tunnel there, that part of the range. They have two parts. So I turned to this guy and I'm like, so how's the gun? He said, oh man, this is nice. This is the best gun. I'm like, okay. I guess, if he goes and practices, I imagine this guy going home, right, with his gun, showing it to his friends and saying, I got the best gun, then probably putting it in his safe and never shooting it again. So I'm not really worried or anything. But if he goes and practices, I'm sure he'll get the hang of it. He's a huge guy. He doesn't have any problem. He was holding the gun. Those big-ass guys that, try to muscle the gun into doing what they want?
Yeah.
They don't use any feeling, they're all tight, and shit. And when they're too tight, they start shaking because they're using all their muscles at once.
Yep.
And I shoot with a really soft hand, maybe even too soft. So, because, again, I'm not I got nothing, man. I got no muscles to use. I can only use my stance.
You gotta find a good mix of both, because when you're going to the range just for fun, you're gonna be more relaxed and you're not gonna grip the gun as hard because that might affect your accuracy. Right? That's just gonna click in your head from rounds and rounds down range. But
no, I definitely have too soft of a grip. That's something I want to work on. But he was fucking muscling that thing. He was holding it like you hold a light machine gun, And maybe that's what he did in the army. He looks like a light machine guy, dude. Anyway, and then the instructor finished with him and sent him, took the gun away because he still can't get the gun, right? He needs the actual license. He only had the purchasing permit. Those are two separate things. So, and the guy left. The instructor looked at me and was like, you used to have a security license? I'm like, yeah. He said, all right, shoot 50 rounds. I'm like, how? He says, however you want. I'm like, all right. Can I shoot double action? He says, yeah, go ahead, shoot double action. I'm like, cool, because I never shot double action before. So I put a mag in, decocked, started shooting some double action. I was like, yeah, this double action isn't so bad. I don't know why people were scaring me of it. It's fine. Just dumped 50 rounds, got it done in 5 minutes and left. Got the permit. I'm fine.
But now you said you still have to wait till Sunday to go pick it up or something, right?
Oh, I was supposed to wait until the fucking 1st of August. Because there weren't any appointments. And all I need is to give them the, the stuff from the range and the the bank note that I paid for the note from the bank that I paid for my license, but there weren't any appointments in my city, and I got really pissed off. I went to my Facebook group that has like 3,000 people that are into guns from Israel, and I said, does anybody have an appointment anywhere earlier than the 1st of August? So someone was like, yeah, sure, you can have my appointment. It's on this Sunday. I'm like, excellent. Thank you, man. Cheers. Because I gave my appointment to somebody else when I couldn't use it a month ago or a month and a half ago. I gave my appointment to somebody. So you see, that's karma right there for you. But the gun shoots well. I want to change the sights on it. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but I want to put either like some sort of higher visibility sights. Nothing's wrong with them in particular, but I'd like them to be a little bit brighter.
What kind of sights did it come with?
It's the standard sights, 3 dots from the factory.
Do they have that glowy paint on them?
Yeah, but I don't think it really glows anymore. I mean, it's a used gun, you know.
Yeah.
And it was used because it has holster wear, so I know the guy was wearing it. I don't know how much he was shooting it. I think he was shooting it quite a bit because actually, just so you get a sense of how small the gun community here, I went online on Facebook and I'm like, yeah, I bought a gun and stuff, and some dude I know went like, oh really? What'd you buy? Where'd you buy it? So I told him the whole story, and he's like, oh, I know that gun. My friend sold it to that store. He replaced it for like a new gun. So you know. I actually have a picture of my target from those 50 rounds. I was like, I might as well keep it. It wasn't like I was doing any extremely precise shooting or anything, but I thought I'll keep that. I got it home with me, just to like, you know, for the, you know, so 10 years ago I can look at the first pistol target I shot with my own pistol rather than like a working gun. Like for sentimental value. I'll show you the target. Then you can laugh at me. But I just want to, before I show you the target, I want to make clear that I shot at 5 different points of aim on this target. This is not like 1 point of aim. I do not suck that badly. No. Need to put it in my...
Did you shoot a pistol in the military?
No, but I did in private security later. But the last time I actually shot a pistol was 4 years ago. No, the IDF doesn't really issue pistols to anyone except for special forces. There. That's... And the side shot is my target. I shot like 20 at more or less the same point of aim on the head, and then 20 at 3 different points of aim on the body, and then I tried to get some
cock shots in? Because you shot that dude in the cock like 3 times.
Yeah, I wasn't really particularly interested in his cock. I was more like going for his, what's the fucking name? Wow, my English is going down the drain quickly.
Are you trying to shoot his bladder? Spleen? Let me see. I didn't even look at the picture. Oh snap, I kill this guy all the time.
Pelvis, that's a fucking word.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
So what gun did you fuck with today?
It's not from today, but it's a CZ75D. mean, I'm pretty happy with it. It's not great. I was shooting really fast. That instructor was like, I want to go to lunch, so like wrap it up. I was like, all right. Tap, 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 tap.
What distance?
That's 7 yards.
There should be a big hole in the center of his face.
If I shot 50 rounds at his face, it probably would be. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Shot his eyes out. At the bridge of his nose. A couple in his nose. One in his lip. One in the top lip. Shot his thumb. That probably hurts like a bitch. And that crinkled up arm he has, his crippled arm. Got that a lot.
You need to replace the link because I got in here too late to get it.
Nah.
I always shoot
Yeah.
at the bear target. Have you guys seen that one?
No.
No.
Oh, maybe one with like a bear. And the funny thing is, like, he has his one hand up. It's supposed to be like kind of threatening or whatever. But I can't help but think as I'm shooting it,
It's
he's
waving.
just waving high. And I'm sitting there like, he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm blasting him away. He's like, "Hey, what the hell was that for?" I was just waving high.
Why are you shooting at bear targets?
How do you hold your gun, Amit? What kind of grip do you use?
I don't know how to.
Teacup?
Nah. No.
It should have sights on it.
I'm sorry?
I said, does it have sights on it?
Oh,
Were you here when I explained that those are fucking 5 different points of aim?
I get it. I'm just saying, you could put all of those shots.
I could
The one
easily
shot
put.
you made through the bridge of his nose, you can make. You're going to be putting all of your shots through that same hole once you get used to that CZ.
Oh, I could easily put all of them. Well, probably out of 50, I could probably put 45 of them in the head if I was like trying to do that. I was basically every time I shot a group, I tried to move a little bit. So like every time I shot 5, I tried to move a little bit so I can like see where my shots are landing and not do the big hole in the middle, because then I can't see where the gun is going.
Yeah, I get you.
You know what? I'll repeat the experiment on Sunday, and I'll
I
try
do the
to
same
shoot it.
thing. It's that's like disadvantage, or maybe not a disadvantage, but the downside of shooting paper.
Hell, if you put them all through the hole, the gun's fine. You don't have to worry about it after that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that
then,
was
because I'll do the same thing, because I'll want to make sure I'm shooting where I'm aiming or where the gun's point of impact is, because I usually have a new gun when I'm at the range, and I'll go off to the left or the right or down to the bottom or something just to make sure I hit exactly what I'm aiming at. And then my target looks like a fucking piece of shit with someone shot a shotgun at it.
Yeah, it looks like this. That's
Yeah.
what it looks like. I mean, your groups are probably tighter than mine.
Well, and that's like when I got my CPL. Me and my wife both went to class at the same time, and Michigan has a requirement of shooting. Like, we have classroom time, and then you go shooting, but the way it's worded is like you just have to demonstrate to the instructor that you're, safe handling of the gun or something. But there is kind of like an unwritten rule kind of thing where you shoot 50 rounds, and as long as like a silhouette, and I've heard it different ways. You're doing like 3 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards, and as long as like 90% of them are like on the paper, then that's good enough. And you do some one-handed, some like from low ready where you just come up and like double tap and stuff like that. We ended up the guy who taught it was like a friend of a friend, and so there's only 5 of us in the class, and when we went to the rate, technically I'm supposed to do something. I don't feel like stopping the line all the time to keep moving the target. So we'll just put all the targets at 21 or 7 yards, and just we'll have fun and blast away. So we all kind of just took turns blasting away at different targets and everything. Well, my wife at the time like blasted out the center so much that she started doing that. She's like, I'm sick of not seeing any holes, so I'll just keep moving around.
Probably ought not piss her off then.
Oh yeah, she was a better shot than me. I got no problem saying that. She was using my gun, but she's a good shot.
Now I feel like on Sunday I have to bring you a better target.
Yes, you do.
Fine.
On Sunday, you better bring us a target with one hole in it, but 50 shots at it.
And I'll tell you what, if I manage to get some shooting in on Sunday, which I'm not sure I will, I'll try to do 50 rounds. I hope they'll let me draw from the holster, because the other thing is, you wouldn't let me shoot from the holster, right?
Yeah,
So-
most ranges won't.
No, here actually most ranges do. And they do, because I've done it there when I was working.
Yeah, but that was when you were in a more like a training thing or whatever.
That Israeli draw seems extra unsafe to be shooting
Why?
in indoor range. Isn't that where you gotta like draw the gun and rack it real fast and then shoot it?
It's perfectly safe.
I don't know.
Because you fucking when you wreck the slide, it's like when sitting down. When you wreck the slide, it's from here, so it's not a problem. The gun goes up, and then you wreck it and hold for it. Not an issue. There's
All right,
There's
I'm
no
gonna do
there's
it.
no safety problem with it.
It's the only problem is you must have two hands.
Yeah, if you don't have two hands, you have to use your belt.
Do you have to like draw it and rack it off your belt? I would just carry one in the chamber. Just go against Army policy.
For civilians, it's not a problem. You can carry however you want. You can carry condition 1, 2, 3, whatever you want. For people that carry a gun for work, they have this condition 3 requirements in 99% of places.
Nah, what you need to do is bring us a target with, like, when you cut out the center, and the target has no holes in it.
I'm confused. Oh, right. But then I could just cut out the center and bring you a target without shooting it.
Yeah, but then that'd be cheating. We're doing the honor system here.
Also, why would I be shooting at the center? Why would I be shooting at the center? Where I should be shooting is where that K5 is.
What are you guys talking about? You and Flippy having a shooting challenge? Shootout?
I'm not gonna challenge. If I challenge Flippy to any kind of shooting competition, it's gonna be a real life duel when we're like shooting at each other.
Because
When it finally comes down to there can only be one.
we had competitions, shooting competitions on gun channels. It just different people made up different targets, and then the challenge basically was to film it for YouTube or take pictures of your target and see who did the best.
I was really surprised at how nice the double action was. I mean,
Yeah, well,
Wow.
is it at half cock when you pull it?
yeah, it decocks
It's
to.
really short and really easy to shoot, that double action trigger. It's ugly and stagey if you pull it slow.
Yeah, I tried pulling it slow. It was
Deliberately?
horrible.
But if you just pull it back, you just squeeze that shit on double action with it half cocked, you're gonna be the most accurate.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely
Got no
feel
problems.
the difference between the double action and the single action, but it's not that. I mean, it's seriously not that huge of a transition if you shoot the double action, like if you do it quickly. if you start like staging it and shit, yeah, it sucks ass.
Yep.
I actually think that that shot that's like next to his ear on the white. I think that was one of the ones that I tried to shoot it really slowly in double action because I could feel the gun like going right, which would make sense because I probably like fucking. But no, it was a good day, and I'm even happier that I got it moved to Sunday so I can pick it. The only fucking problem is that apparently all of the hollow points in Israel have been sold, which is kind of a pain in my butt now.
Just drill some holes in the top of your Full Metal Jackets.
It's unbelievable that, like, let's say there are 140,000 people in Israel, all of them that have gun permits, right? But they're all limited to 50 rounds per fucking gun.
Are you allowed to privately sell ammunition amongst each other?
No. Although I guess, first of all, of course not. Come on, don't be ridiculous. This is Israel, where we don't give guns to people unless they're in the army, and then we give them fucking nuclear weapons.
I don't know. You guys should have like definitely learned from World War II and written a Second Amendment.
Yeah, that's kind of my life's work, but it's not working so far. But if like somebody had 50 hollow points they didn't need, I can give him 50 Full Metal Jackets, and that'd be fine. Nobody would know. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get. I mean, I've talked to, like, I know where there are hollow points. The problem is that all of the places that currently have hollow points in stock are indoor ranges, and they don't like people shooting hollow points in their ranges.
Fuck,
We'll just buy them to bring home.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, come on over. I can give you some hollow points. I got a whole fucking bunch.
Yeah, I don't think the airport security in the U.S. is going to appreciate me trying to get on the plane with that.
No. I don't mean loaded rounds. I mean bullets. Just take bullets out, put hollow points in.
All right, yeah, no.
I get hollow points every month. The company ships me a box of them.
I load my own. So.
Yeah, the only hollow points I could find that right now are Magtex. That's it. There's nothing else out there. So I guess I'm gonna load me some Magtex. They're really kind of fucking light, though. I don't like that they're that light.
What are they?
They're 115 grain plus B plus.
The light ain't bad. Velocity is
I think the velocity is. I think the velocity out of the muzzle is like, well, publicized it's like 13 and something hundred feet, but I don't believe it's really that. They always lie.
that's probably about 12.
Yeah, well, that's not bad.
That's pretty damn good. And doesn't hurt if you shoot somebody with it.
It's better. And I know that they feed in my gun because I asked someone who has the same gun and he shot them with his gun. So I know they feed.
Oh, what gun did you buy?
The same gun I shot that target with, CZ75.
Oh, that's lame.
No, a PO1. For some reason, they're branded differently in the US and in Europe. In the US, they're the PO1. In Europe, they're the CZ75D Compact. It's really not lame. It's a really nice gun. And affordable.
Nah, I was hoping you would have bought the like H&K P30 or a Glock 19.
They had a bunch of cool stuff there, but I was trying to be a mature adult about this.
Mature adult about what?
Why don't you just ask for the biggest, coolest, most expensive gun you have?
Yeah, and then I would have ended like fucking selling my kidney.
Yeah, you go in, you'd be like, hey, I want to be the Hebrew Hammer. Get me a fucking Desert Eagle chambered in 50 AE.
You weren't here when I told that the guy right in front of me in the line did that and paid $1,500 for his gun.
Nice.
Yeah,
See, he was doing
Because
it
he
right.
because he told him I don't care how much it costs, and I could see like the dollar signs in the shop owner's like eyes, like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, the shopper was like, I'm going to put my kid through college on this motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
please tell me that
he
big
sold it.
motherfucker that won't go through a magazine without malfunctioning.
Well, the real question is, can you survive being shot in the face from a 50 AE?
No, he didn't get a 58. Don't be ridiculous. He bought a Glock 30, but that's not the point. He did everything that you said except for saying, I want a Desert Eagle. It was like, I want the biggest, strongest guy, the best gun that you have. And they were like, right. How much money do you have?
He's like, more than I should.
Yeah, dude, he pulled out like a bunch of old cash and paid, like threw money at them.
Oh, so you're telling me he's a baller.
He
Got
made it rain in the middle of the gun shop?
More or less.
That would
Actually-
oh, you can only have one at a time.
And actually, as he was doing that, the guy was like, we could do a bunch of stuff to improve your Glock, like change the trigger and stuff. And he was like, that's fine. I'm going to go to the ATM and get some more cash so you can do that.
Wow. I just want to say that guy's my hero. I want to be him one day.
Yeah, he looked like a nice enough guy. Just didn't have any fucking idea what he's buying or what's the difference between the different guns. Like they could have easily. The only stupid thing that they did is they sold him a Glock 30 for that money. What they should have done is like they should have pulled out the cheapest, shittiest gun they had and told him it's the best gun. He would have believed it.
So they wanted to come back.
Come back and do what? He can only own one gun.
Yeah, well, get rid of the gun that he can't shoot to get a better one.
That's probably true, and they'll probably buy it back from him for like half the price he paid. Although Glocks retain their value here very, very well. Not so much Glock 30s, though. That dude was so happy, though. I mean, he can't complain. He was very, very happy.
Is that actually a 50 AE?
No, it's a 45. No, I would have opened with him buying a 58. That would have been hysterical.
Or wasn't listening. Do people buy Desert Eagles over there?
I
You only
don't
get
think
the gun, right?
I don't think anyone that has one license buys them right now. I know a dude that carries one.
Wow.
But he carries a 357 Magnum one. He doesn't carry it.
He's like an albino, but he's not albino. That's what it is. That's what it is, right?
No, he just wants a 357 and he wants an automatic. So that kind of. And we don't have many fucking what I'm call it, Kunins here. Probably don't have any at all. There was a very short period of time in the 1980s where everyone in Israel bought a Desert Eagle because it was an Israeli gun and it was in all the movies. So everyone was like, "I gotta have a Desert Eagle." They're pretty cheap now. I could get one for less than I paid for my gun.
Again, the more you keep talking about it, the more it sounds like you made a mistake.
No, because I have to carry the thing every day, Flippy.
I think every video I've ever seen on the Desert Eagle has never went through a magazine without a malfunction.
Yeah,
No,
but I mean,
I've shot plenty of them and know people that own them. They're fine guns.
What is it?
Eagle.
That's not to say that I would turn one down if somebody offered to give me one.
You just can't limp wrist it.
I was just packaging up one here, but I guess I'll keep packaging it then if you want it.
What, a Desert Eagle?
A golden one.
Tony already claimed it. You should have been paying more attention. You just got a Tiger Stripe titanium gold.
I actually really want one of those.
I know. That's why I was going to give it to anybody who asked for it in the chat, but then Tony spoke right up and had his one.
Oh, neat. Congratulations, Tony.
Cool. I'll appendix carry that fucker too.
Yeah, you gotta get the pearl grips for that fucking thing too.
I anticipated everybody getting butt hurt when somebody won, so I was going to have like a zero prize for anybody who got butt hurt, but I didn't anticipate somebody being like respectful and honestly encouraging the person who won it, so I guess I'll not send this one.
Damn it, Tony! I really wanted to win that one. I'm so upset.
Too late. Flip your own before you send it.
Yeah, I figured.
Flippy's a little slow tonight.
Flippy's a little slow every night.
So, there was a dude commenting on Yankees video where he was talking about voting third party, and then he mentioned the gun show loophole tour. And so first off, the dude was like, well, blah blah blah, whatever, some politics crap with numbers. And he's like, assuming it would have been 50-50, then the third party ruined it for the Republicans. And it's like, did you not hear what Yankee said? 49% and 51%. Like, they didn't take more from one side or the other. And then the guy also said something like, I donated to that loophole tour, and now I get a bunch of emails. Never going to do that again. And so I jumped on there. First, I corrected his math and was like, dude, you're dumb. You didn't listen to what he said. And then I go, secondly, seriously? You got a couple of fucking update emails so you know what's happening? Like, what an idiot. I said something like, so you're never going to help G-Webs again? Like, that's just dumb.
I don't care about that.
He's like, oh, I was being sarcastic.
Am I posting too many updates?
No, dude, I don't think you've only sent, like, 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's been a bunch, though. I mean, they're all along.
Those damn updates.
It's like goddamn spam here.
Never enough updates.
I don't know. I like seeing when the new patches come out and shit. So, and like I said, the dude said he was being sarcastic, and he's like, "No, dude, I was just kidding," and blah blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, well, damn straight, you were just kidding."
You ain't quite caught up to the NRA or USCCA yet, though.
Yeah, I don't think about it because I don't pay attention to them myself, but I just put them up there so that they're archived up there. But I didn't think about maybe I can tell them to shut off the email part so that they don't send emails every time.
I'm just kidding. I don't care.
I never heard of it being a problem. And like I said, I think maybe that guy was joking about other people that say it, but I don't know. Either that or he just backtracked and realized, like, oh, that does make me sound like a dick. Maybe I'll
There's
pretend
no
like
winning
I was
this.
joking.
I need to fucking get the fuck out.
If you're a member of the NRA, spam is life. Them fuckers send shit 2 or 3 times a day. Please send us money. And I'm not so sure that the USCCA works.
See, the thing with the NRA that bugs me, yeah, they send a bunch of emails, but I remember this was maybe like a month ago, maybe a little bit before, but not too long ago. They sent me something about Obama's executive action against, unlicensed dealers and all that shit. That was in January. You fucking spam me every day, but you don't bring this up until, like, 5 months later.
Right.
I still see emails about the fucking UN shit. That's what bugs me, the fear-mongering ones.
And the irrelevant stuff like through the ILA is not timely enough either, because it's like a day or two before they're voting, they want you to start writing representatives. Fuck.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong, dude. The ILA does a lot of good work. I mean, that
You know, you should write your representatives like an hour before the vote happens. Your mail will get to them in time.
I pretty much try to write my representatives 3 times a week now, period.
yeah, you know, I found this YouTube channel. It's Maryland Minutemen. I mentioned it last night, and the first video I saw from them, it was of like testimony on new bills in like the Maryland Congress or whatever, and this lady was like the head of the NRA ILA for Maryland, and she just freaking rocked it on terrorist watch list, and this was from 4 months ago, and it's like it was the perfect argument that you should bring up nowadays when they try and do it federally. Like she did a really good job. And then I started watching more, and they had a bunch of different people, and it's almost all like testimony from different state level laws, but it's pretty interesting. And Representative Smeagol is pretty cool. I don't know if he's still in. He was in some of the older videos, but I hope he got voted back in again. Since some people confuse my name for that, you know, I got to give him props.
He's your father, right?
He must be. I mean, that's what Dano always calls me. And since I thought Dano was my dad, he would know.
Dano's future you.
Oh, so I go into a time machine and come back in time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know. That's cool.
You're past Dano, and he's future Smeggy.
You do sound a lot alike.
That's what everyone keeps saying. I don't know. I don't think it is like when I'm talking, but I've listened to some old recordings and been like, is that me or Dano?
Has anybody paid attention to the Paul Ryan not want to let go of Hillary yet thing?
No.
No, but I heard about the Texas governor wanting to hold a constitutional convention or something.
What, a secession thing?
I
No?
don't know.
What the fuck are you talking about? What is Greg Abbott trying to do?
A constitutional convention or a convention of the states was what I read. But then I was corrected in the chat, so I don't know if there's a difference between the two. And I didn't read the article.
Yeah, I think you need to get like 2/3 of the states to call for a convention in order to have one, and then you can like bring up new amendments and shit.
Paul Ryan calls for Hillary to be stripped of this, but I have to click to find out what this is.
I sure as hell hope it doesn't say
I
closed.
don't like headlines.
Security clearance
Pissing me off lately.
Head.
is what he's calling for to be stripped of.
What is it? Her clothes? You said her clothes?
Yeah, bitch needs to be stripped.
He's wanting to take her security clearance away so she doesn't get all this top secret information that
Oh, okay.
She needs to be stripped of
First,
her panties.
Well, what is she now?
Oh.
She shouldn't have any clearance right now.
yes, they do. As a potential next president, they get top secret information too.
really? I want to run for president. I want top secret information.
That's just what was in the article. So
Could you imagine that the first president without security clearance? Something's going on. You have to leave the room, President.
Yeah, Madam President, get the fuck out. There's some shit going on that's like top secret.
She's like, okay, I gotta go use my BlackBerry anyway.
I
Yeah,
don't
she
think
owns the last fucking BlackBerry since they went out of business or whatever.
I need to go log into my AOL dial-up account.
I don't think it would be that different from what we got now. Ones who just don't want to be in the room in the first place.
I see that you're coming to terms with the fact that she's going to be president, though.
I mean, I still don't feel like she's going to be. I still feel like Trump can do it.
I do have this pending need to get my rifle sighted. Now, I
Putting
think
like
that
all kinds of hope into Trump right now.
Trump would have a shot if he would shut the fuck up and not say anything. Be quiet.
How do you guys feel about the giant meteor, though?
The giant what?
The giant meteor.
Oh,
Maybe
Which-
it went to Hillary's house.
Talking about what meteor?
There was a
One-
poll where a
I'm more of like
giant meteor
I'm
got.
more pro Cthulhu.
What are we talking about? A meteor? Is it gonna hit us, or already went by, or what?
No, it was like a joke thing. It's like I'm not voting for Trump or Hillary. I'm pro Meteor 2016. Just like later on, people were like, "Vote Cthulhu. Why pick the lesser of two evils?"
There was a poll where the meteor got 13%.
Yeah, that says one thing. That a fucking meteor is more popular than like the third party.
Yeah, and the saddest part was that Johnson tweeted to the polling agency or whatever and said really you included a meteor and you didn't include me, and they were like, we included you, you got 5%, so we didn't put you in the results because the meteor got 13 and you got 5%. You weren't even better than a meteor. That was kind of sad, but still funny at the same time.
Nah, there's nothing sad about that. That fellow just isn't like.
All these articles are just saying a bunch of crap about what the Republican Congress is like whining about. Ted Cruz's crime.
I never even thought about Cruz. I'll bet that really pissed him off.
Oh, about what? Hillary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll make him mad enough to fucking be like, you know what, Donald, I'm about it. Let's do this.
Can't Congress just get all the information?
Let's win us this
Let it
election.
out.
Yeah, and how is Trump going to present him? My choice for VP is Lion Ted.
Nah, it's my choice for VP is now Honest Ted.
I mean, I don't know. How is he going? I don't know how Trump is going to stand on stage and say, "Oh, Hillary's horrible. Don't vote for her." Even though I gave her a bunch of money before to run for office.
I mean, Obama's fucking doing it. Obama flip-flopped too. But Obama was like, Hillary is dangerous to this country. Now he's like, nah, there's no better woman or man or anybody more qualified than Hillary to be president.
I feel like Obama could have. I feel like Obama could have said whatever and won his elections.
Well, I mean, if you look up some of the earlier stuff that he was, spewing about Hillary during the election, it's really fucking funny in comparison to, what he's saying now. She's dangerous and unstable, and we cannot allow her to be the Democratic nominee.
Yeah, I think that was a rare bit of honesty on his part.
I was going to say, I'm surprised that Obama actually nailed it on the head.
Yeah, he was super fucking on about Hillary until now when he's like, whatever.
All right, Ted Cruz wants the Senate Judiciary is calling for public transparency of and full access to all the information the FBI used to come to today's dubious decision.
Who's calling for that? And who's
Ted
gonna...
Cruz.
Ted Cruz.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. But
Sounds
so
good.
does communism.
I'm glad that those guys who got wailed on this time around didn't lose the fight. Because obviously we need somebody like that to sink his teeth into this shit, right?
Yep. That's always what he's been best at.
That's nice. When I put stabbing attack into Google, it auto completes to Israel.
You are
That's
in
useful.
Israel. It knows that.
Yeah,
That's
we
useful.
don't stabbing attack people here. What are you, crazy? We have guns.
You realize Google knows fucking what underwear you're wearing, for Christ's sake. What surprised you about them knowing where you're at?
I don't know. One of you try to type stabbing attack. Let's see if it completes Israel for you.
Okay. Then the first two are Israel, then China, California, and England.
Huh. Okay. So yeah. So it's just because I live in Israel. That's good to know.
Then it pops back into Jerusalem, Germany, and Mercedes.
Anyway, I'm linking a video in the side chat. You can see 556 stopping power and two soldiers that should like fucking get a medal for their valiant attempts not to kill someone who absolutely 100% tries to die, should be dead. But whatever. And I'll go make coffee for myself because I'm a PC.
I found your gun. You gonna get grips like that? That's a good picture. And it doesn't say PO1 on it. It says compact, 75D compact.
Wow, really, guys? That's really interesting there. Awesome story.
That's what I was thinking. I was engaged.
Yep. Am I muted?
Where is X?
Yeah.
Where's X Products at?
Georgia?
California.
Really?
Yep.
But they make like the fucking
They-
drum bags and shit.
They're up by San Bernardino or Sacramento or something like that. I met the owner at Hakkasan nightclub one night.
It says Vancouver, Washington on their website. That's all good.
Yeah, that might be where they make their stuff. He was from I I want to say Sacramento. It was just a weird random chance encounter at the bar. So many stories of my life start like that, though.
So you're looking to get their side charging upper?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they'll
Bad
spread
joke.
the word about the tour. That's all. I figured
They
I'd,
make that mad.
I want the can gun. If they're going to give me anything, I'd want that. Or if they want to
Ooh.
Is that the
I-
one that they had to change the length of?
No, I thought
Yeah.
they had to. You couldn't fire anything out of it. It's only for blanks now.
Oh.
But whatever. That thing obviously is super awesome. But I'm not much of a reviewer, so I'm assuming they're not interested in doing that. But I wouldn't mind checking out their facility. I'm assuming they're a American manufacturer. I'm hoping to get a factory tour and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I would love to have one of their 308 mags for the what are the fuck machine guns called? The G3. I want one of their G3 like 60 rounders.
I want
Did
one of
they-
these skeletonized 50-round drums.
Did they reach out to you, G-Webs?
When?
X Products.
When?
Anytime. Is that why you're talking about them?
Well, everybody's approached us in different ways at different times throughout the year. So I don't know. I don't keep track of everybody. I don't know if it's still the same people.
I have that dude's email in my inbox somewhere. If you shoot me an email and remind me, I can find it
No,
when
I've
I
got
go
his,
back to the office.
like I say, I've got his contact. I just don't keep track of every company out there to see if my contacts are the current one or if I'm talking to a marketing guy or the owner. Always, I just met him times over the years, and like I say, I don't accept shit just to do reviews on it. So I don't know if you're doing that or whatever. But I quit taking shit for reviews.
Damn, $360 for a
For what?
50-round drum.
Yeah, they're fucking expensive, bro.
Yeah, they are.
Like I think it's like $200 for the fucking 50 rounder thing for the
I think, like,
G3.
The standard one, the X15, is $189. The fancier they get, the more expensive.
Man, the more skeletonized they get, the more expensive too.
Yeah, I don't see how that's a good feature, though.
Yeah,
I
let's
guess
give it a
because-
way to have even more debris and shit clog into your magazine and fuck shit up.
Yeah. But I guess it's lighter? I don't know. I don't want one so much anymore. Now that I know how much they cost. I'm not ready for that. Yeah. Hillary will forget to ban those because they're so expensive.
Yeah, same with the Surefire magazines. Hillary won't ban them. Too expensive.
All the time.
Are you guys reading the lobby chat right now?
Nope.
Oh man, Schwell is dropping some freaking knowledge bombs. Apparently, Valor Ridge and the Shooter's Mindset got banned this week on YouTube.
What?
Yeah, you know,
For
and that's
what?
funny 'cause this morning I was going through my watch later list, and I had a couple of things that said like deleted video. So I clicked on it, and it said, you know, this channel is no longer available, but it never tells you what the channel used to be. So I couldn't figure out like who it was. But as soon as you said Shooter's Mindset, I'm like, no shit. There's a couple of weeks I haven't watched, and they've been sitting on my watch later list. But that's nuts.
If you go to Reed's
he's
channel right
saying-
now, it says suspended due to multiple or severe violation of YouTube's policy against spam, gaming, misleading content, or other terms of service violations.
It's probably the attached Google Plus stuff like Hickok.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought everyone fixed their shit after Hickok's like shit broke. Maybe Google's just trying to clear out gun channels, and they're just like starting with the smaller ones and working their
Well,
way
how many other channels does this happen to that aren't gun channels a day? And
And so I
is
know
there
a
a
lot
list
of
of that? Because I don't think you can say that they're targeted unless you have a list of other channels.
Well, like movie review stuff gets those channels get taken down a bunch because of like
Yeah.
fucking groups getting mad, like the movie people getting mad that they got a bad review, and then they'll claim like copyright violations, and that gets them taken down for a bit until they get like contested.
Right. Yeah.
They don't
Even though
target
it's-
these channels. These channels have a lot of subscribers and have are monetized and have or create revenue for YouTube. So they're not just gonna target them when there's so many other gun channels out there.
That's just, the shooter's mindset one though is just crazy to me, because like they're the most, I don't know what you would say, but I mean, shooters and stuff, all their guests are either competitive shooters or, people that make stuff for the industry, which I would think that's like the least hostile gun channels. Oh
Did
yeah,
gun
Schwal
channels
can
get
jump in
taken
and
down?
talk. I didn't want to steal your whole chat there, man. I mean, if you want to do a dedicated one,
Well, yeah, James Yeager wouldn't be up right now if they were targeting gun channels.
yeah, Schwal was saying he wants to do a chat, like actually digging into it. I just wanted to bring it up. I wasn't trying to steal his
Steal his
idea, just
thunder?
for the record.
Trying to steal his thunder.
I was not. I would save that for hit or miss to steal his idea.
Thunder stealing. 2016 Smeggy.
No, I just thought. I just thought
Smeggy,
it
I
would be
took the
helpful.
lightning Jones.
Flippy like my mug?
I can't see your mug. What's on your mug?
Seriously? Are you blind?
Yeah, plus I'm playing a video game.
Um,
Alright, what's on your mug? I'm looking at it kind of now. Oh, nice. It's a fucking tank.
Testing, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
Yep.
I hear you.
Does it bring up tankful memories?
And the heck's that, Tony?
What?
I don't know. There's like some music coming through.
Video.
Oh. All right. So, Schwell, you want to give us maybe just the cliff notes?
Oh yeah, that's great. And as far as you stealing it, it's not really about stealing it. I don't mind, talking about it today and then either later tonight or any other day we do another one. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to get the word out there to a bunch of folks.
Well, if you want, if you have time now, I'll just start one on the Gun Websites channel. Give it
Whatever
a
you
title.
whatever you guys think is best. I think you guys are the most consistent of all of the gun channels that are doing any of these live shows. That's why I came to you asking,
Right on. Well, I'm just saying, is this a good time? Do you guys have time to do it right now, everybody?
I'm available.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm here.
All right.
Ready, willing, and waiting.
I'm chill. I'm down. I'm jiggy. I'm with it.
Nobody cares about Libby. I will set it up and send links on gun channels. I'll be right back.
Word.
Cool. Thanks, G.
While he's doing it, I could just give you guys a quick rundown of what I know right now. It was either Sunday or Monday. I wake up to Anthony from the Shooter's Mindset posting up that his channel has been identified as violating guidelines, and this is strike one. We're going to do some research into your channel. We're going to look into your stuff, but you want to make sure you check over the guidelines and make sure you're not violating them. Within 10 minutes of receiving that first notification, he got another notification saying that his channel was actually banned. and removed from YouTube for multiple violations. Um, Usually what this means is that someone reported a video, reported a live show, they reported something. YouTube goes in and investigates that reported video, and you get the notification as to whether or not you violated anything or anything. So they identified there was a violation in a particular video that he hosted a week or two ago. And then upon realizing that he violated something in that one video, they went back and looked at quite a few of his videos and identified multiple violations. Therefore, he, struck out, basically. So they banned his channel. And when they ban you first, notify you that you've been banned, but they don't necessarily tell you what you've been banned for. And they pretty much leave that up to you to try and figure out, or your network to try and figure out if you're a part of a network, or if you can get your rep at YouTube on the line or via email to identify what the infraction is. It's like pulling teeth just to get an answer. And the reason why I know why and how it works is because we went through it with the Tag Daddy Live show. And it was during all of that stuff that we realized that it may be time for us to reinvent ourselves and go from Tag Daddy to Gun News Weekly. Plus, it was just a part of the natural growth. But they had done the same thing to Kevin. His channel. They had banned his channel for infractions. And you initially think this is the anti-gunners attacking gun-specific YouTube channels. Because weeks after they did it to Kevin, it happened to Hickok 45. I know a lot of you know about that situation. But when you really break it down, it's not just anti-gunners picking on you. When you look at it and you really get down to the nitty-gritty, there are violations. Those violations can be YouTube guideline violations or Google Plus violations, as it was with Hickok 45. His violation wasn't identified on the YouTube side. They were identified on the Google Plus side. And when they ban you on Google Plus, you're automatically banned on YouTube. So it was, one of those things where his videos were being automatically shared to Google Plus.
Yeah, I remember him saying, he's like, I don't even know what the heck Google Plus is.
Right. So, they don't get you on one side, they'll get you on the other side if you're not paying attention. It was through Kevin going through what he went through that I started really paying attention to the guidelines, looking at the things that we can and cannot do. One of the things that was mentioned with Anthony's situation was him having sponsors for the show. If you look at the guidelines for YouTube, having sponsorships and paid product placement is a violation because it is a conflict when you're monetizing your videos. If you're not monetizing, you basically can get away with a lot of stuff. But if you're monetizing and YouTube is putting ads on those videos, there's a conflict of interest there. The products that you're showcasing or the companies that are sponsoring your show may be direct competitors of the people that YouTube are selling the ad space to. So let's say you're featuring Glock on one of your live shows or Glock in your video, you monetize that video, but YouTube just sold ad space to Smith & Wesson, and the banner
Which
at the
they would
bottom
never
is
do, but...
right. Yeah, this is just putting it in a way that's easy for us to understand. So that's what's going on this week. Anthony's channel was banned earlier this week, and now today we get notification that Reed from Valor Ridge has also been banned. But his situation, we have no details as to why. He doesn't even know why. He says there is nothing telling him why his channel has been banned and his videos taken down. So right now we're still in the wait and see stages for Reed.
But basically, almost all the gun channels place products and have ammunition sponsors and stuff. Or many of them do.
Right. When you upload videos on YouTube, there's an option to select paid product placement. And what that does is once you select that box, that video cannot be monetized. I believe it also cannot be distributed worldwide. So you're limited to a US audience when you check that block. As well as the 18 and up check mark when you're doing a live show or a video. If you select you have an age restriction on your videos, that automatically eliminates it from monetization.
So that's So it sounds like it's because they had it monetized and they were sponsored. You could do one or the other. You just can't do both at the same time. That's what it
Right.
seems like.
Right, and then in certain instances, like let's say Hickok for example, we all know that Hickok is supported by Buds, and we know that some of those guns are provided by Buds, and then there's a link in the description where you can go and buy that gun. That's a violation of YouTube policy. Having a link directly to the sale of a firearm is against the rules. Other products don't fall under that category, but guns are specific. That's a very specific category, and
Which is dumb. That's like the whole, oh, you're supporting violence because you're telling people where to legally buy guns from. Like, what the hell? That doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely, and it's not like our content isn't addressed directly in the guidelines. It doesn't say gun stuff, guns. No, it's very vague and can include guns depending on who's doing the research or who's looking into the violation.
Right. That's like how the NFL. Remember the whole thing with Daniel Defense trying to do a commercial for the Super Bowl, and they said that the NFL basically said they didn't want any gun commercials during the Super Bowl. And I remember someone was talking about it, and they brought up, wasn't there some dude, I don't know what position he was or whatever, but some guy had like a gun in his pants at a club. He ended up shooting himself in the leg. He didn't have it in a holster or anything.
Little Bears,
Yeah,
and
New York Giants.
they brought that up of why they didn't want Daniel Defense to have a commercial. It's like, why? Because one of your players is an idiot? You can't sell legal guns to legal gun buyers?
Plaxico is tall, but I don't think he was still carrying it in the defense.
Exactly.
Well, don't they also, like, wasn't there a Glock commercial that they just flat out denied too?
No, it's
It was-
Daniel Defense.
I didn't hear that.
I know there was Daniel Defense, but I thought there was also a Glock commercial that they were like, nah.
I don't think so. Maybe.
So
The only Glock commercial I've seen that would, I think I seen it on the Outdoors Network, was the chick with the Glock 43. She brings it to the range in a little pouch.
So basically, what the conclusion is that it's not total, like it's people that have some anti-gun agenda are reporting, but what they're reporting are actual violations. Some of which have nothing to do with the fact that it's a gun channel, just the fact that they're monetizing and being sponsored at the same time. So they're using the YouTube guidelines against the gun channels.
correct, and that's what I've been paying attention to it. These channels are actually being reported. It's not one of those things where YouTube is doing a random search and checking to see if there are violations. There are people actually reporting them, and some of these channels are huge targets. And let's face it, like the Shooter's Mindset, their audience is very specific. And if Moms Demand Action or Bloomberg and his goons are out there trying to target these gun channels, that's great. But this could also be a manufacturer reporting it because of one of their competitors was on the Shooter's Mindset. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but there's always that possibility as well.
Yeah, I sure hope not. We kind of talked about this the other day, where us gun guys are kind of eating ourselves. Like we like to argue with like each other a whole bunch, and really we're doing the job for the anti-gunners. I really hope that's not the case. That would depress me. And I know you just said that as an example. There's no evidence of it or anything, but God, I just really hope that some gun company is not that petty that they can't see the bigger picture, that's bad for all of us.
Well, I get to deal with a lot of these companies behind the scenes, and it's not unheard of. It's not something that I would say won't happen because I've
Don't
seen
you burst my bubble.
It's and you're right. It is us eating our own. It is terrible, but it happens way more than you guys know. Oh man, it happens quite a bit.
Oh, it's a pretty competitive market out there.
Well, yeah, they're businesses. They're trying to make money.
It's more ego than business, and a lot of times.
Exactly. Ego plays a huge part in it, way more than people want to admit it.
There's enough money for everybody, but there's not enough attention for everybody. People's egos get hurt.
Yes, sir.
I would think that before it was a gun company, it would be another competitive YouTuber.
Again, that's all. All of these are hypotheticals. It could be anyone. It could be that. It could. It could be that. But you have to also look at with the Reed Hendricks situation. That's probably likely with him. With the shooter's mindset, not so much. I don't see Anthony having a lot of enemies out there that would want to do that. I don't know of a whole lot of competitive shooting podcasts, a lot of competitive shooting hangouts. So I don't know if he has a competitor that's a direct competition that would benefit from his channel being gone.
Wait,
I
so
heard
you're saying Jaeger took down Reed Hendricks' channel?
Come on now.
No, we're not saying that.
I'm just teasing.
Everyone, start the internet rumors quickly.
Dude, that guy's on like every other show of his. I don't think he would do it.
That would be the ultimate dig move, bro. But no,
I'm kind of shocked this didn't happen to Jaeger yet.
I mean, they tried to take down his channel a few times. They tried when he fucking made that video where he's like, if someone tries coming and taking my guns from me, I'm going to shoot them in the fucking face.
Yeah, but I'm sure he monetizes and places products as well. I wouldn't be shocked, let's say.
Have you seen his full 30 video? Reed's full 30 video yet? I haven't seen it.
No.
I think did he put one up today?
Yes.
Apparently.
Yeah, I just saw I saw something earlier this morning where he mentioned that his channel was down, and then I had a couple of conversations with other people behind the scenes, but I haven't actually checked full 30 to see what he's saying. But Reed has been very vocal politically lately, and some people think that is what drew the ire of YouTube, and honestly I'm not too sure that that's it.
He's saying that it was a video he put up in December.
Did we lose him?
Kind of.
I don't know. I watched about half of that video, and that's what Reed was saying, that it was a video that he had put up in December.
Tony, you keep cutting out. I'm not hearing most of what you're saying. Is it on my end, or is everybody else losing him as well?
Yeah, he's cutting out for me as well.
He was just saying he was listening to Reed Hendricks' video on Full 30, and Reed said it was a video that he made back in December that caused his channel to be banned.
If that's the case, then that means Reed has been notified of what the infraction is. If he knows which specific video. Because just like when Anthony got his deleted the other day, the first email that he got from YouTube had a link and a name and the title of the video in the email stating what the violation was. And let me, I can pull it up right now and read it to you guys just so that I make sure that I have it right, because it's been a huge discussion on his.
Well, it looks like G-Webs is getting his room put together too. So for the other people listening, because I'm hosting the lobby, if he does send me a link, this is going to get shut down because I'm going to jump into that one because I can't run 2 Hangouts at once. But another one, I didn't get it. So, anyways, but you guys can continue on for the next couple minutes.
I think for the most part we're all probably hopping over to G-Web's room.
Yeah, it makes sense. 'Cause, I mean, the problem with the lobby is that, oh, there it is. Sometimes these good nuggets of information get lost with you know, whatever all the other bullshit we're
the
talking
pile
about.
of garbage that goes on the rest of the day. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
feel you.
Like how Tony's shoulder hurts. No offense, Tony.
Why is Tony's shoulder hurt? Was he like? Did he have a busy day at the jack-off clinic?
No, it's 30-6, bro.
Hmm.
So, all right. Well, I'm gonna shut down and jump over there. I'll see.
Is that what the youth are calling handies nowadays?